Hey guys, in today's video I worked on a spot in the front of our house that I haven't really touched too much since we first moved in about 4 years ago, but it's definitely something I've been wanting to tackle since we moved in. So to give you orientation of where we are, there's the front door here, so it's just to the left here in this bed. So if you remember seeing this from the beginning of the video, there was 2 euonymus here. I also had a 3rd euonymus here before, and there used to be a hosta as well. The hosta I moved and divided and put it in another spot. It was a silver euonymus, maybe silver king. That was actually right in the middle here last year. That one I moved as well. And then the last 2 euonymus that I had here, I just got rid of. So the main reason I ended up getting rid of those euonymus is because they do actually struggle quite a bit in our area. Euonymus can tend to struggle from getting scale and other insect issues every year, but the main issue I was having with these 2 in particular is that this is the front yard here, and there's a lot of deer in our neighborhood. I don't have really any deer issues in the backyard because it's fenced in, because it's just so much more work for them to jump over the fence and everything. But they do like to eat euonymus over the winter, so they are an evergreen, but they just eat it down to like sticks, and also those plants were kind of old. They had a lot of dead in them. I could have done like a rejuvenation prune, but I was just ready to replace it with something else. So with one problem comes new opportunity. So what I also wanted to take care of, besides just replacing this with some plants, was also establishing some sort of formal drain. You can see that we have the gutter system coming down. There also was nothing on the bottom of it, and it was washing out all the mulch that I had put here last year. So I figured, why don't I just use these pavers that were left over? I had some of these in the back, and then I used, this is a 1 to 3 inch natural stone chip, so it has kind of the warmer tones, a little bit different from some of the blue stone I'd used in the back, but I figured the natural stone would be a nice color. So I have a couple inches of that. I think I just got like a bucket and a half full of this stone to use here, and then I just bought one of these little end pieces just so that way it looked finished and this wasn't coming straight down. So I bought one of these elbow connectors, and then I also got a couple of screws to hold it in place, just because these tend to fall off after some time. So I figured screwing it in place would be easy. But let's talk about the plants that are here. I've got the tags here to give you guys the information. You might be familiar with this plant. This is Hacanacloa. The variety is Aureola, and this plant so it gets 14 inches tall, 16 inches apart, zones 5 through 9. And this area, it is pretty sunny here. Like you can see the limelight hydrangea tree obviously is doing pretty well here. But in general, I feel like this gets a little more shaded in the afternoon. So that's why I have heuchera in the front here. And then I just wanted to put this Japanese forest grass just to make almost like a ground cover in this spot. You can see that there is a bit of a hole from this dwarf Alberta spruce, so I can do some pruning on it. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else there. I guess I could put something taller towards the back to kind of cover that hole, but I knew that was going to be the case pulling out the euonymus because those plants were probably put together like 20 years ago. But honestly, we always walk from this direction, so if I walk over here and look back, you really can't tell. It's only when you're more than halfway over and then you really start to see that hole there. I'm not that concerned about it. I think it looks fine. Plus those might come out someday anyways. And then the other thing we have is this Japanese white pine. So I have the tag right here. This is a variety called Tanima no Yuki. It actually only gets about 3 feet tall and wide. It's a type of Japanese white pine, and you can see how cool the foliage is on this. So it has kind of that bluish tint that a lot of Japanese white pines have, but the new growth is also like a whitish color. And that's another reason why I wanted to put this in kind of a part sun situation, because the more variegated stuff gets, I mean, if you look at these needles, they're like pure white. Those can burn if you put them in full sun, especially the warmer the climate is. Around here, I wouldn't have to worry about it too much, but I figured I might as well play it on the safe side, and this will definitely get enough sunlight to still be able to grow okay. So that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, this stuff looks like it's pretty small right now, so it's going to take some time to fill in. We've gotten a couple rainstorms actually since I did put this together, because I did this probably almost a week ago at this point. But the rocks have been holding well, and everything seems to be doing good in place. So I'll provide updates with different garden tours, stuff like that, as stuff starts to fill in. But that Japanese forest grass usually does take a couple of seasons for it to really start to fill in. In fact, let me show you some others that I have. Disregard the branches in the bed because I just cut the grass last night and I was picking up dead branches that I have to back up still. But here's the Japanese forest grass. This is the all gold variety. I have one here and one here. Now these struggled a little more too because there's a lot of roots from this maple and they get a lot more shade than those are going to get over there. But overall, they seem to be doing fine. The deer have come through our area and they haven't touched the grasses, which is nice. But they're starting to fill out at the very least, and they just have a nice texture and a nice clumping habit. I don't think that they really spread all that much. All right, so with that being said, if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you in the next one.